Hi guys, it's Tara and Cassie, and we're back with another crypto market update.
Good morning, Cass.
Morning, Tara.
I don't know if any of you guys know,
so
but
early.
I know we film these updates for you guys at 6 in the morning, so we're just kind of zombies at this point. But we're gonna get into some good stuff today. So.
Yep, good stuff.
You're like a little child with that juice box. Where's your coffee? Why aren't you drinking coffee?
What?
No, I'm actually asking you that question.
What is wrong with apple juice?
All right, anyway, so, okay, let's get to the chart. So here we are on Bitcoin on the daily time frame. There hasn't been really any significant movement since yesterday. So I do want to show you guys that we've already come back down again and tested this support at 62,000. And the RSI is still trending bearish, at least on the higher time frames. And so right now, not much has changed and it is coming down and about to test that support again. I still believe that we're eventually going to be breaking the support level and coming down to our target level at 597. So let's have Cassie take us into these subwaves here to see if we can get a closer look at what's going on.
Okay, so I have Bitcoin on the 1 hour zoomed in here. You can see this is the support we are building on that larger 236 retrace. So this is continuing to be significant support at the moment. And then you can see on the RSI, we're continuing to hold this bullish trend. And then just recently within this last hour, we came back down and tested and still held that trend line. So just like Tara mentioned, my opinions really haven't changed much on Bitcoin. This does look like short-term support, and it does look like we are building that right on top of that 236 retrace. So this is looking like support, and especially with that close on the RSI trend line. But what you'll notice too is the price did form some kind of wedge. So it is likely that this breakout could be pretty strong because it has been coiled up here on the 236 for a while. So let's see what happens next on here. Okay, so my chart just randomly reloaded, so I'm trying to get reset here. But like I did say, it is building support on this 236 retrace, and keep in mind that this retrace is a target level for wave 4, and it does look like short term it is building support on this, so we can't count out that this is our pivot point for wave 4. So I want to point that out. We are going to continue monitoring this level all day today because this break will send us to our C wave target. So right now, as you zoom in, it does look like it's still continued support, and especially with that close on the RSI, but a breakout is coming soon with this coiling that we're getting right at support. So not too much has changed since yesterday, but there is continued support going on Bitcoin, and we are getting tests of that support, and that's different than Ethereum and XRP. So that's something to keep in mind. And I did want to mention that we keep getting questions about the Bitcoin halving, and I feel like initially I've always kind of had the position that the Bitcoin halving would align with our 5th wave top, and it still is possible that our 5th wave top aligns with that, but obviously we're running out of time. Yeah, so 5th wave, we're talking new high on Bitcoin. So let's keep an eye on that because that is a possibility, and it would align really nicely with that halving and that theory of a top. So let's see what happens. I'm excited to be out of this correction. Yeah,
so the halving is in a few days from now, and obviously we're not at our 5th wave target yet, but it could be the catalyst that does send us there, or at least start us on that
Tari,
new wave.
normally halvings drop really hard, so that would like align with the high, not like that sending it to there.
They don't drop after the halving, they go up. Yeah, I've seen the charts.
I've seen the chart.
Well, they go up like a few days after the halving. But anyway, either way.
Okay. Well, I think it's going to align with the high in Bitcoin. But we only have a few days to get to that.
Yeah, so it's not going to align with the high. So on short term, Cassie is saying that we are building support and could continue to build that support. But do keep in mind that I am seeing lower targets on the higher time frame, which will not be immediate, but it's very possible that we get a really quick touch down on that target before send off for that new high in that new wave. So the charts are very close. What?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And These Bitcoin tests too, I'm noticing aren't affecting alts as much. So as it's coming down and testing these, we're really seeing other alts staying flat. So
Yeah.
that's a pretty bullish sign to me. So let's move on to Ethereum and see what it's not done in the last 24 hours.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, this is Ethereum on the daily time frame. So we're zoomed out quite a bit. And just like Cassie mentioned, Ethereum really hasn't moved at all. So keep in mind, these are daily candles. So all of these represent one full day's worth of price data. And you can see it has not moved much at all. One thing to note is that we are under that key 382 level here, and now it's forming resistance under that level. We do know that the price action is very stagnant right now because look at this RSI. It's completely flat for the last few days or so.
It does kind of look like on your chart, though, that there's room to come up to that price MA and the RSI MA and still keep the one validated. If this
possibly,
were
but it's getting stuck under this as resistance. So right now, I just want to remind you guys that we do have these lower targets here that are aligning pretty perfectly at 2,700 that we still haven't touched yet. And so what we want Cassie to do is just take us in the subwaves here. Obviously, not much has changed, but we want to see if there's any more subwaves that have formed that can give us any good indication on whether this is going to continue sideways, break up, or come down and meet those targets first. So let's have Cassie take us into the subwaves on Ethereum.
Okay, I have Sorry. Okay, great start, Casi. Okay, so I have Ethereum 1 hour here. You can see it hasn't done a whole lot of anything in the last day or so. We're continuing to just hold support similar to Bitcoin, but this is on a smaller scale here. So we aren't getting really any indication of what this could be doing short term. I do think that there's like this trend line that could be nice to follow to track the break. Our wave 4 has already come to that 0.5 retrace, so it doesn't really need any more. I've mentioned in a previous update, but if we do break above like into 3,400 area, we would start to reconsider that 2,700 low for the wave 5. So that would be invalidation point coming up into this wave 1 here. So let's watch out for that. But I do think that we just need some more development to be clear on if this sub wave 4 is done, if this was the bottom here. So we just need a little bit more development on the direction here. So keep in mind, we still do have those lower targets, and then we do have that invalidation. So that's what we're watching here, is a break to either one of those.
All right, let's get over to XRP. Okay, guys, so here we are on XRP on the daily time frame. And again, we're forming noticeable support right on that target fib at 48 cents. Just like Bitcoin and Ethereum, not much has changed within the last few days. You can see, again, these are daily candles. And so we're just ranging in this really tight range right here and consolidating pretty hard right around this level. The RSI is very low under its MA right now. So XRP looks like on the higher timeframes, it does have room to come up to meet that MA, which should line up with that test of the bottom of that triangle here. So let's have Cassie go into these subwaves to see if we can get a closer look at what's going on.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right, Tar. You can see we have not tested the bottom of that triangle, haven't had that perfect test yet, and we're so close. Right now, that's at 0.525, and we're holding support just like you're saying. We're only at a 236 retrace right now. So unlike Bitcoin making new lows at its support, XRP is holding its 236 retrace. So this is really bullish to me. I do think that we should expect at least a new local high, and let's keep an eye on what the RSI looks like at that point. So if it's coming up and it's really strong where it can break this resistance here and start to, like I said in the other updates, and start to build support on the bottom support, and we have not tested that yet. So right now we're just kind of ranging only at that 236 support. It does look like short term we do have like some room to even support a little bit. So we could even come down, to the 382 and still come up to test that. So the fact that we're holding up here in these higher retrace levels is pretty bullish to me. And then the fact that we did not get that perfect touch yet makes me think that that's what it's waiting for. is that perfect touch of that resistance.
Yeah. And we've also said this before too, guys, but XRP has already hit its full target for this entire retrace. And so that was at 48 cents, like we've been sharing with you guys. Bitcoin and Ethereum have not reached their full target yet. And so that's why we believe that XRP could just continue sideways and wait for Bitcoin to catch up. And so that's what Casi is showing here, is when we come up and test the bottom of that triangle, that's going to be an absolutely key moment for XRP, because it could flip to support and then we can be on to new highs from there. So
yep. So just like we mentioned yesterday, what we're looking for today, again, is continued support on these local retraces and then a perfect test of this bottom trend line here. So keep an eye on out for that, and we'll be back tomorrow with another update on that.